Hello, everyone. The first paying job I've ever had was working at a Boy Scout camp when I was 16. And I ended up staying there for about 6 years. So, when you work at a Boy Scout camp, you have uniforms that you have to wear. And recently, I decided to revisit that fashion choice by wearing my old Boy Scout uniform to my current job, which people were actually relatively positive about the whole thing. But while I was getting the parts of the Boy Scout uniform together, because I wanted it to be as complete as possible, I had to go back into the trunk that I hadn't looked at for years, and I ended up finding these. These are the first set of work gloves I've ever owned. They do not look pretty. But then again, they were never meant to be pretty. They were meant to be useful. Because when you work at a Boy Scout camp, the first week that you actually have to work isn't the week that the campers show up. It's the week before. And they call it staff week, and that's when you're setting up camp. You're busy like lifting the pallets that the tents go on. You're lifting up the tents. You're lifting up the tent poles. You're lifting up the beds that go inside the tents and the cabins as well. And nobody wants splinters. Nobody's got time for splinters, so we have to wear these. Now, I have to admit, the work gloves that I wear at work now are definite glow up from these guys. These guys are a definite representation of my awkward teenage years. But you're watching this video, so that means you know what's going to happen. We're going to attempt to knit with these gloves on. I've already cast on the stitches. You already know. It's going to be 10. And we're going to give it a shot. So let's put on the gloves. Ooh. They do not feel nice. Oh my gosh. They also don't quite fit. This is like, I guess they never quite fit back then if they don't fit me now. Or maybe not. I mean, because this is like, my pinky's like right there. And it's not going down, but everything else is like solidly in, so. Let's get the other set on. There we go. This fits better. I don't know why the left hand doesn't fit as well. All right. Got it off. Gonna fit it through. I don't feel like I got a good grasp of the needles here. I may have chosen a pair of needles that were too thin. Also, using metal needles may not have been the best because metal needles are really smooth. And these gloves were meant to grasp really rough objects. Like this is some sort of suede on the gloves here. Okay. We're almost there. You know, when I started filming myself doing stupid knitting stuff, I didn't realize how many different types of gloves there were in the world. I mean, I filmed like at least like 3 or 4 different types of gloves at this point, and I've still barely scratched the surface of how many types of gloves there are in the world. Who knew how many like hand coverings a human would need? There we go. Oh. You know, with that big loop there, I should just drop that last stitch. I should just drop the last stitch. There you go. Influence the result a bit. Make it a little bit less awkward. Yeah. You know, strangely enough, I know I wore these gloves, but I have no memories of me wearing these gloves before right now. I know that I did, but I don't remember of me wearing them. Then again, I blocked out a lot from my teenage years, so it's surprising I remember anything at all. Yeah, we're purling now. I mean, it's hot and sweaty inside the gloves, but it is now officially July, so that's not surprising. It's been hot out there. But these are pretty thick. There you go. There's the second row. Oh, that was scratched a little bit weirdly. Okay. Not bad. I mean, not as tight as I would like it to be, but I am purposely giving myself an obstacle, so that's to be expected. Just gonna do one last knit row. Ah! I just lost the needle that held all those stitches. Let me go get it off the floor here. Oh, there you go. Come on, needle. I had to pick it up by the other end because this was too thin for the needle to grasp. So can I slide it back in? See, deep, 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 deep. Okay. And I still gotta knit that stitch. Happened right at the midway point. Oh, I split that stitch when I went through. Well, that was unfortunate. There you go. There you go. Overall, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good considering like how clunky these gloves are. I was able to maneuver my hands fine. It is a lot thicker than I'm used to knitting with, even though I am now annoyed at this pinky. Much more annoyed at this pinky before I put the gloves on. It's like I want to slice the glove and go down and like make it actually fit. But I also know probably sewing through suede would be a pain, and I don't know if I still have those types of needles. Or the wax cord, to be honest. But if we also are being quite honest, while I was able to knit with these gloves are definitely much more at home lifting up a 2x4 than they are some knitting needles. But not bad. I mean, I'd do it again if I absolutely had to. That was today's entertainment. Have a nice day.